The front door slammed behind me. My suitcase landed on the porch. My stepmother folded her arms and smiled. "You're 32 years old, Olivia. It's time you stop living off this family." She tossed my house key onto the lawn. "You have 1 hour. After that, I'm changing the locks." I looked at my father. He stood in the hallway, silent, just like always. I picked up my suitcase, started walking toward my car. Then my phone rang. Unknown number. "Miss Olivia Carter? This is Attorney James Porter. I'm calling regarding your grandmother's estate. I think you'll want to postpone your trip because the house you were just kicked out of may legally belong to you." My name is Olivia Carter. I'm 32 years old. When my grandmother passed away 6 months earlier, I thought the hardest part was losing the only person who had ever truly believed in me. I was wrong. The hardest part was discovering what my family became after she was gone. After my mother died when I was 14, my father married Linda. At first, she acted kind. She bought me birthday presents, helped me decorate my bedroom, even called me sweetheart. But the wedding changed everything. Slowly, that kindness disappeared. Every mistake became my fault. Every success belonged to someone else, especially her son, Brandon. According to Linda, Brandon could do no wrong. I could never do enough. After college, I moved back home while saving for my own place. I worked full-time as an accountant, paid rent every month, bought my own groceries, covered my own bills. Still, Linda loved telling relatives I was living off my father. She conveniently forgot mentioning the money I transferred into their account every month. Dad knew the truth, but he never corrected her. Keeping the peace mattered more to him than standing up for me. Eventually, I stopped expecting him to. Everything changed the morning Brandon announced he was getting married. Linda immediately decided the newlyweds needed more space. "Our house isn't big enough," she declared. Then she looked directly at me. "So you'll be moving out this weekend?" I blinked. "I already pay to live here." She laughed. "Not anymore." "Dad?" I asked quietly. He stared at the floor. "I think it's for the best." That hurt more than Linda's words ever could. I packed my suitcase without arguing. Some battles aren't worth fighting, at least, not immediately. As I loaded the last box into my car, my phone rang. "Miss Carter? This is Attorney James Porter. I'm handling your grandmother Eleanor's estate. I need you to come to my office today." I frowned. "I thought everything was settled months ago." "So did everyone else," he replied. "But we recently discovered a sealed document your grandmother instructed us to open only if certain circumstances occurred." My heart skipped. "What circumstances?" There was a brief pause. "If you were ever forced out of your family home." I stood completely still. Looking back at the house where Linda was already measuring the living room for Brandon's furniture, I suddenly realized Grandma had planned much further ahead than anyone imagined. The attorney's office smelled faintly of old books and fresh coffee. James Porter greeted me with a kind smile and placed a thick envelope on the table. "This was written by your grandmother 2 years before she passed away," he said. "She was very specific about when it could be opened." My hands trembled as I unfolded the letter. "My dearest Olivia, if you're reading this, then the day I feared has finally arrived. I know Linda. I know your father won't stop her. That's why I made arrangements to protect you." Tears blurred the page. Grandma had known. She had seen everything. James slid another document across the desk. It was the property deed. The house, the land, even the small rental cottage behind it. Everything had been placed into a family trust. And 6 months earlier, after Grandma's passing, I had automatically become the sole trustee and legal owner. There was only one reason nobody knew. Grandma had instructed the attorney not to reveal it unless I was forced out. James looked at me calmly. "Legally, Miss Carter, Linda cannot remove you. In fact, she no longer has the authority to live there unless you allow it." I sat there in complete silence, not because I wanted revenge, because I couldn't believe the only person who truly protected me was someone who was no longer alive. The next morning, I returned to the house. Linda opened the door with a smug smile. "I thought I told you to leave." "I did," I replied. "I'm just here to discuss the property." She laughed. "This isn't your property." James Porter stepped forward beside me. He handed Linda a copy of the deed. Her smile disappeared. My father took the papers from her, shaking hands. He read every page. Then he looked at me. Olivia, you own the house? I nodded. Grandma left it to me. Linda grabbed the documents. This has to be fake. James remained perfectly calm. It's registered with the county. The transfer is completely legal. There is no mistake. For the first time in years, Linda had nothing to say. I looked at both of them. I want you to know something. I didn't come here to throw anyone out. Linda looked confused. I know exactly how that feels. I turned to my father. You had years to stand up for me. You never did. He lowered his head. I know. And I'm sorry. Those were words I'd waited nearly 20 years to hear. Then I faced Linda. You and Brandon have 60 days to find another place. I'll honor the notice you refused to give me. Her mouth opened. But no words came out. For once, kindness had more power than cruelty. People think revenge means making someone suffer. I don't. The best revenge is refusing to become the person who hurt you. Linda threw me out because she believed she had all the power. She forgot something important. Power built on arrogance can disappear overnight. Respect is the only thing that lasts. If this story kept you hooked until the end, don't forget to like, subscribe, and tell me in the comments. If you were Olivia, would you have let Linda stay for 60 days? Or asked her to leave immediately? Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next original Reddit-style revenge story.